Assalamu alaikum. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Hello, viewers. Welcome to yet another edition of the Youth Bantaba show. Here on Gambian Talents Promotion, and I am Oumie Jallow.
Yes, thank you very much to me. Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum boka ñoo seetaan ñu leen a nuyuwaat di leen dalalati ci beneen am Youth Bantaba show bu ñu leen dee baaxoo di leen amal fii ci Gambian Talent Promotion. I'm live here. Max my colleague Oumie, man maa ngi tudd Mariama Cham, and today our topic of discussion is going to be very interesting, but then also another burning issue because li nekk na loo xam ne is alarming, and then many people are saying that it's not true, and this is something that is true, and this is something that we have seen, we have heard, and then witnessed. So nekk na loo xam ne dañ ko war a bàyyi xel torop, then ñu xool how best that we can come up with solution. As we always said, Youth Bantaba bi moom we talked about issues that are affecting youth and children in our society. So moo tax tey nag ñu nar a waxtaanee Oumie topic bi.
The topic of discussion is child protection, but dinañ ko gën a break down to sàcca xale comme ni ñu ko waxee suñ community bi. Because if you look at it at some point, we are all vulnerable, either directly or indirectly, because we are all affected. If our younger sisters are taken, we are affected in one way or the other. If our neighbors are affected, we are all affected, because this is a cause for concern, and it is a collective responsibility to make sure that we put an end to this, because we have realized that our environment or our society is no more safe for children. And as advocates, we believe that we should create an enabling environment for each and every child, so that they will be able to grow as expected. But if children are not protected, Mariama, it means there is something wrong with our society. There is something wrong in our community. And so said loolu nii dafa nekk comme sàcca xale bi ñu bëri ñu ngi wax ne nekkul dëgg, waaye man dama dee faral a wax rek Mariama, fekk dara dalu la doo ko dee mun a gëm, because at some point man si suma boppa waxoon naa ne lii dul bés man si suma boppa I could recall te seenaa jigéen bi nga xam ne mu ngi uti town trip ku nekk def dee so Mariama li nekk na topic bi nga xam ne ku nekk war na see bàyyi sa xel, comme ni ma ko waxee rek tey suñ topic bi moo nekk child protection, maanaam suñ ko break it down to a local level mooy maanaam sàcca xale yi nekk di def ak ñàkk a toppatoo bi ak yeneen yi nga xam ne yëngu na.
Waaw Oumie loolu dafa am solo trop parce que comme noo ko waxee xam nga English bi def ne he who knows it feels it. Tey xëy na suñ toogee ne lii a nekk di xew ñu ne ñii moom dañoo wax rek ñii tey mu nekk dañoo toog si radio bi di wax wala dañoo toog si TV bi di wax, fekk nekkul loolu. lii dafa nekk loo xam ne mu ngi xew te nit ñaa ngi see teg seen bët, te man sax léegi dama dee waaru ma ne nit ñi amuñ xool. yow naka ngaa jëlee doomi jàmbur xam nga ne juruloo te ak njureel lu méttee nga jël doomi jàmbur téye ko sa kër ba ay ñetti weer ba si ñeenti weer yaayam di ko ut di jooy guddee bëccëg di daw fu nekk mu dugga, yow nga jël xale bi téye ko. man suma anti loolu dal na ko te ba léegi gisuñ xale bi, doomam bi dafa réer. fu nekk seet nañ ko, def nañ announcement, def nañ ci TV bi, social media bi, fu nekk def nañ ko, waaye ba saa si yàlla tey ni maa waxee yow nii ba léegi suma mag boobu noonu gisuñ ko. xam nga ne loolu dara gënut koo métti, waaye soo waxee ñu foog ne waaw ñi dañoo wax, waaye fekk du loolu. sàcc xale yi bari nañ, toroxal xale yi bari nañ, ñaaw te fu nekk ñu ko jël di ko def xale yi te nit ñaan seen teg seen bët. te lu ñoo wax culture of silence bi lañ war a bàyyi suñu xel. su ma gisee tey ne Oumie ngi téye suma doomi jàmbur war naa mun a am sañ-sañ, parce que collective responsibility la ma dem ne diw dama laa report ak nii, waaye ma gis loolu ñaawte fu maa ngi noppeek noonu. yaayam di jooy guddi du nelaw dafa dem ba tiim lekka sax du mun a lekk xam nga moo tax nga xam ne théâtre yi ñoo théâtre am na solo de parce que ñu ngi koo gis every day ñu ngi see teg suñu bët kon nag nit ñi dañ war a bàyyi suñu xel and when it comes to child protection issues Oumie dafa nekk loo xam ne even right now tamit government will have a role to play, a very big role. Society have a role to play, but parents will have a very greater role to play. Apart from sàcca xale bi rek ñu ngi jublu si nawet bi de taw bi mu ngee ñëw dangaa gis waajur yoo xam ne dañoo jël seen doom yi bàyyi leen ñuy sangu si taw bi di daw di wóor xam nga loolu yëpp is about child protection issue yow yaa ngi si biir kër bi sa doom ji lu moo def xamuloo si dara benn nit cos ko rek nga commencé react yaa ko def nii li tax nga laal ko yóbbu police bi olof dem ne fagaru moo gën faju English bi ñëw ne prevention is better than cure so balaa loolu yëpp di la dal it's better for you to make sure ne you prevent your child from all such kind of child protection issue so that you will not get into that but if you leave your child nga bàyyi ko si lu ko ne suñ ko laalee nga xul waaye di nga gis muy def lu bon doo ko ay te tamit government bi dañ war a make sure ñu am enough security yoo xam ne sàccakati xale yi ñu jël leen teg leen si yoon parce que we cannot compromise people taking our children away or coming from another country taking those children and bringing them to the country and we are not saying anything about that that is going to increase more crime rate in the society parce que xale yi ñoo jël di ko jëlee si yeneen dëkk di leen fi andi ñooñu ay criminal la ñoo nekk nga andi leen si society bi nga te society bu ñu nekk there are other criminals then you are adding more crime to our society loolu yëpp lañ war a jël seet ko ñu scrutinize ko ñu xool how best that we can able to put strict measures to these people that are doing this I mean jël ay xale sàcc leen ban njëriñ la amal su nekkee xale bu jigéen di only thing that you can do is to take that child abuse ko def ko lu la ne jël xale bi sànni nga foog ne nag yow sa àdduna yow di nga am kontante wala di nga am bànneex at the end of the day because of jël suma doom bu ma jur si farata sunna yàlla Muhammad nga jël ko dem toroxal ko méttital ko ñëw jël ko sànniwaatal ma nga foog ne yow loolu nami waaye
Mariama doguma la sax de waaye soo seetloo ñaawteef buñ nekk di def nii su dee borom def ko jël asil la ko sax xëy na dinañ ne boobu tane na su dee dafa am lu ko def xëy na su dee luy génna la di nga ko mun a génnee su dee luy faju la di nga ko mun a faj waaye ku jël sa doom yóbbu ko lu demee ni 3 months gisuloo sa doom wala abadan gisaatuloo sa doom lu gën a métti loolu amul loolu rek mun naa rey doomi aadama trauma boobu noonu daf laa toppa ba bés bi nga dee ñeneen si la ñu xëy sax dee comme na ko waxee rek soo jëlee xale boobu yóbbu ko dañoo dafa nekk criminal crime wave bi dafa gën a increase society bi ba pare ñuy def ñaawteef bi man dama dee xalaat naka la doomi aadama di amee xol bi amee sañ-sañ bi pour mun a sàcca doomi aadama lan la nit war a doyee doomi aadama laa xamul surtout ma nag xale bi nga xam ne xamul dara xale bi nga xam ne xamul baax na xamul luy bon na nga jël xale boobu noonu nga yóbbu ko xam naa loo ko mun a def benn mooy child prostitution child soldier beneen domestic workers loolu noonu rek nga mun a def xale yooyu noonu soo viewers yi tamit bëgg naa ñu bàyyi seen xel bu baax a baax because ku nekkaa ngay wax ne lii amut lii wax rek la ay waxi neen la waaye man bu yàggut seetaan naa télé gis naa am na xale buñ génnee si télé bi ñu ne dafa réer for like léegi 3 months mënuñ koo gis yaayam a ngay jooy boor bu set uti nañ dugal nañ loxo dugal nañ tànka mënuñoo gis xale bii nii waaye bëgg naa tamit institution si nga xam ne ñu ngi yëngu si affaire yi child trafficking ñu gën a yokka seen effort to make sure that children are secure and xale bi nga xam ne sàcca nañ la balañ laa génnee Gambia because société Gambia ni mel Mariama dafa soo open bi nga xam ne nit dina mun a awee yoon bi nga xam ne dafa génn te kenn du ko téye security bi am na waaye still it's lacking dañ war a make dañ war a add more security in our community and ku nekk war naa nekk sa policy boppa comme noo ko waxee rek nit yi dañ war di boole issue yi nii nit yi mag yi suñ nekkee si kër bi tam dañ war a bàyyi xel because yenn saa lii si kër yi la dee happen nekkul guddi sax la moo happen bëccëg la moo happen dangaa gis ku ñëw si kër bi mu jël xale fekk mag yi yëpp a ngi si biir ñëpp a ngi si biir ñu ngi toog di seetaan télé wala ñu ngi waxtaan ñu ngi bàyyi xale yi si état bi wala timis jot mënuloo daaxa sa doom mu dugg si kër bi xamuloo kan mooy kan nowadays society bi dafa métti ba nga xam ne yow soo nekkee mag yow sa boppa danga am pour bàyyi sa xel lu ko mooy yow sa boppa dinañ la mun a yóbbu parce que poli kabaadaay ñu ngi fi bëri ñooñu dégg naa police yi sax mun a luñ leen dara boo leen tëjee sax dañoo génn I don't know how factual that is waaye man suma woo tase naa poli kabaadaay so I know how it feels ñu ngi bëri si dëkk bi dañoo jël loolu ak loolu sa loxo ñu hypnotise la doo xam what is happening bala nga ko xam fekk jël nga sa àdduna yëpp jox leen ñu dem loolu yëpp mu ngi happen ci society bi so suñ toogee ñu naan waa li nekkul de happen lii du digg dafa fekk darut la ba pare danga gis ne soo nekkee ne amul nekkul de amul dafa fekk laalangul la wala ñëwuñ ba sa doorstep ñu def la ko waaye ku nekk su if each and every person is alert ñun ñëpp ñu ngi believe ne this is something that is happening ku nekk mu ngi bàyyi sa xel danga gis ne this kind of issues dina mun a wàññeeku si society bi
Yeah, Lulu am solo parce que like just you said, to just remind our viewers that are watching that this is the Youth Bantaba show here on Gambian Talent Promotion, and with your hosts here, Oumie and Mariama Cham. Our topic of discussion today is child protection, and in this child protection too, there is a serious issue that is going on, which is very alarming. There is stealing of children and and this child trafficking. This is something that is so alarming in our country, and then many people thought that we are just talking, but this is something that is happening, and then we've seen it, and then we have had it, and some children have been taken away for 3 years or 3 months per se, without the knowledge of their parents, and we all know how difficult it is. If your child is been taken away for 3 months as a parent, imagine if you think about all the upbringing that you have done to your child, and then all the necessary input that you have put to your child, and then you just sit for a day or 3 days without seeing your child. This is something that is very unserious. As Oumie rightly said, the lack of security in our country is very alarming, and I think the government have a bigger role to play when it comes to security, because despite the fact that Gambia is a smiling country, Gambia we are friendly and all those stuff, that doesn't mean that our security should not be strictly be considered, because you have different people that are coming from another diverse of this country, whereas they steal other children or traffic those children to this country, and who knows, those people might be people that are committing crime from other countries. And then we also have another problem here, whom you know that young people too are creating crime all the time in our society. So when those people bring other children from another country, and whereas the one that we have, meaning we are going to increase the crime rate of this country. So people should be aware of this, most especially the people that are watching, because this is something that is very serious. And then two, we should able to make sure that we secure our children very well. Let us try to monitor where they go, and then the time that they should come back, because sometimes two parents will leave their children and they will be roaming around, loitering in the street, doing all sort of what you think of, and without having the time of their kids. And that is something that you know, despite the fact you are trying to do any best to make sure that you get the ends meet of the family, but then having time to your children also is very important. And nowadays what we realize is there is this the lack of dialogue between the child and the parent too is something that we need to look at. But then again too, as Oumie said, we have so many robbery in the country. These fellas that are coming from the other part of the country, they will come and then meet you on the street, and the moment they meet you on the street, they will do something that you might not even know. By the time you realize, you've already given them everything from your belonging. So this is something that we also need to look at, because those kind of people, even the police officers cannot even control them, because it seems like they have something to control people. people that whenever they start talking to you, I mean, you don't even realize, yes, you're unconscious and you don't even know, like the kind of world that you are. So this is something that we need to look at, and that when it comes to our borders too, should be looked at very, very well. We should know the kind of people that are coming in and coming out, because allowing people to be coming in and going out, that is something that we need to look at. And this, our children are very important in our society. At the end of the day, they are going to become leaders. So taking how many children away, trafficking them or stealing them, then meaning we are losing so many ministers and presidents within those children. So obviously this is something that we are discussing, and then we would like to see your comments and contribution, because most of the time we've been seeing so many comments that our viewers are doing, and still now too we are looking for sponsors, that whoever have anything that you can put into the program, we will really appreciate it, because this is a program that is so dear to our heart, and this is a program that we want to see like expand and then bigger and bigger, so that we can even be going outside and then having our youth Bantaba show, because this is a diaspora program. It's not only here in the Gambia. So that is why we always want to alert people that whoever have anything starting from one butut up to upwards, we appreciate everything. Oumie,
Yeah. Mariama, I guess that point is clear. Just like she have highlighted, I don't know what term is appropriate to use, whether it's child trafficking, whether it's child stealing, whether it's child robbery. I don't even know.
in fact, it's everything.
I don't know which one is appropriate to use. This is an issue that is affecting each and every individual in the Gambia. Some people don't believe that these things are happening in our community. But I must say, as advocates, we believe that child protection issues is everybody's business. We are all into this together, because you don't know whether you will fall a victim or your neighbor will be a victim. So it's better to be aware of what is happening before something happens to you. I don't understand the idea of taking kids, transporting them to any environment you want to take them to, or do whatever you want to do, because I don't understand. If they take these children, I know what they are going to do is either child prostitution, domestic workers,
or child pornography, or commercial sexual exploitation of children.
Yes, and the other thing is child soldier. This is what they are going to engage these kids into. And sometimes some of them do go to the extent of killing these kids because they are young, their organs are fresh, you know. So maybe there is that person who is there who needs an organ, then you just have to cut off. You just have to massacre the child and take that part of the child and sell it. So I don't understand how a human being, a complete human being with complete common sense would take a child and take it without even being remorseful or remorseless. I don't understand. I don't know how some people think. But society needs to do what its responsibility. The government to have a greater role to play, because we expect them to add more security to our community. And people also should break the culture of silence, or break this maslaha syndrome, that it is not my business, it is not my child that they are taking. But at the end of the day, you don't know what that child might benefit you in the future. So basically, this is what we are talking about, and we want your contribution, as Mariama have highlighted. We would really appreciate it if you throw questions or send in your comments. We really appreciate it.
Yes, and it's very, very important, as you said, because taking away someone's child without any other reason than to exploit the child, you know, involving the child into child soldier and all those stuff, it doesn't make sense. And as I am speaking, as I said in the local language, one of my auntie's son also is been taken away, and this has been since, I think, when I was last year in my first semester up to now, when I'm in my second year, you know. This is something that is so alarming, and then we need to see how best that we can able to do to come up with tangible solution that can help. Because the reason why we are saying about this is not, though we might be affected in one way or the other, but we are also youth. And then the children that they are taking, or the people that they are taking is they may be our age mates, they may be our siblings or whatsoever. So as child right activists, we also dare to our heart that we should talk about this, because this is everyone's collective responsibility. The reason today Gambian Talent Promotion is giving us airtime to talk about this under the Youth Bantaba Soon. Then what is the other role of media houses? What is the role of other youth activists? What is the role of the government? To make sure that this information is being disseminated, and then to make sure that it is very, very alarming to talk about it. In fact, there should be so many signboards, Oumie. If you're going like to the traffic, let the government of this country make sure that we don't, let's say, zero tolerance to child stealing, zero tolerance to child trafficking.
They call it.
Yes, whatever they want to call it, but let it be everywhere. Let it be alarming in everywhere. Being it in the airport, being it in the border, being it in the checkpoints, traffic lights, and all those stuff, so that they can know this is a very serious issue, and in the Gambia we are very, very serious about it, and then our children should be secure. But if we just leave it like that, then if I take one of your child away, and I succeeded in prostituting her, or involving her into pornography or soldier, and you are not saying anything, I'll be like, hi. Anyway, Oumie is relaxed, so let me also try to do another thing. So if we are not, if you don't try to come up with solution, obviously we are inviting more bad people or more traffickers to come and collect this children.
Yes, just like we have mentioned the role of government here, but notwithstanding, we also have to talk about the side of the parent as well, because I believe parents should have that quality time with their children in order to safeguard them from any form of violence or any form of abuse. Because you see in our community, parents will leave their kids outside or their children outside. Sometimes up to Maghrib, children are still playing outside, and you are inside, or you just go out to a ceremony or so. You just leave your children like this. You don't monitor them. You don't know about you don't know their whereabouts. You don't know who they're moving. You don't know what they're engaged in. It's also another cause for this problem. Because I believe even this uncle thingy that we have in the Gambia, this grandma thing, you have to take care of my child until I go to work. Yes, it's not easy to be going to work, taking care of children as well. It's a huge responsibility. But I believe if your children are not in safe condition, I don't think you'll be able to go out for work. So you need to make sure that these children are safe. They are safe where they are. And you need to tell them, like, let them not talk to anyone that they bump into on the road. Let them not talk with anyone that they see at the streets. And when like a parent goes out for work and comes back, and a child will start reporting, you see them reporting, Mommy, so and so have done this thing.
And before you even start, they'll be like, shut up your mouth.
Exactly. They will be the one to tell you, shut up, you have started lying. You're starting you're teaching yourself how to learn. But the child is not lying. You need to allow that child to see what he or she wants to tell you. Because you don't know. Because someone might abuse the child. If you don't allow the child to express her inner feelings, that child will stay with that abuse, and that person or that perpetrator will continue abusing the child. So obviously, if you teach your child to tell you whatever that happens behind you, it's not about teaching the child that you are lying. It's not that. It's about making the child to feel confident of him or herself, to be able to talk to the mother. There is that dialogue between you and the child, that anything that happens to the child will be able to report. He or she is not afraid to report. Even if you touch a part of the body of a child, the child will not be afraid to tell the mother. And then you can take measures at that early age. But if you just teach the child how to be silent, not to say issues that matters, they should not talk about it, that is how they're going to grow up. This is why you see some youngsters, or you see some young people, they're not able to express their inner feelings. They have trauma eating them up since childhood up to their early 20s or their early 30s, they're not able to express themselves. It starts from the grassroots level. Disciplining a child comes in different aspects. So we have to be careful in the way we bring these children in our community as well.
And it's very, very important, Oumie, because sometimes, you see, I've seen one family that like when I show them, and when I went back home, when I analyzed the situation, I was like, no, to me, I wouldn't pray for me to be such type of parent. No matter how rich you are, and no matter how you struggle that you do to make sure that your children are in a better condition, to make sure that your children eat good food and all those stuff. But please, let them have time for their children. Because can you imagine, you being the director of whatsoever and then your wife working in the UN and all those stuff. Fine, you both are contributing to make sure that the children welfare is being considered. But how about the timing to have with your children? I mean, you will see those children when they go out, or if you look at the condition, you will totally see that there is a huge gap between me and them. Reason being is they don't have time for them. In fact, sometimes when they off for work, when they came, Daddy, this thing, yes, hey, I'm coming, wait for me. When do you expect that child to express her views and feelings? And remember, you are denying that child from expressing her view, because it's her right to participate. And it's every child's right to make sure that your view is being concerned and being considered. Why we've been seeing it in our home. A mom will come from the market or from work, and the child will be like, yeah boy, tay man dama am gañu fi. Yeah boy, tiga ma sa gemeñ bi. Yow da nga mëna fen. Bu ma sonalati légui la wacca mema jama. Ma ngi bëgg noppalé ko so duma am jama ci sen kanam. Amin. Yow nga jur xalé yoyu non. Ñu wara ñoo nga tok waxtaan ak gaay nga mëna gis ne you can able to detect from what is happening to them. But instead you shout at them, you yell at them, and then you even discriminate them, telling them that to run away from you. I mean, at the end of the day, you will never and ever hear any single word from those particular child. So by the time that you realize that Mariama Cham went to Oumie and explained her problem to Oumie, how about if I happen to get accident along the way? Or in fact, I might have internal pain that is disturbing me. But if I want to tell me, you break me and say that, let me not disturb you, you're getting fed up of my complaints and all those stuff, obviously I will come to you. And if those certain cases happen, they will be like, because you don't give me the platform. So the better place for me is for me to go to either any other person. In fact, if I can meet anyone in the street and then tell him or her my problem, I will do it. Because there was a lady, she normally goes to work and then leave her son in the house. So and that woman too, her mom will go to the market early in the morning. You can imagine how big that compound is. So in the morning, before in fact you go to work or do anything, I think the best thing is for you to make sure that your child is eating. You make sure that your child is in a good clothing and all those stuff. But immediately in the morning, the first thing that you will think of, param, you will get up, go and dress up, look nice, make up and do all those stuff and go to work, while your child is there struggling to get a food. And do you know what happened to that lady? By the time she realized that her child was having this thing, having some little some injury in his leg, they couldn't detect it. So every day the child would be crying, and the mom would be shouting, "Man, you're the humble loy joy. You're the hamadi torop, the soft torop. Yangi dem medine kamagninga mageno ngane kadi hamadi." And she doesn't know.
The child is the
yes. So, but the child can talk a little bit. So, and then the child every day she will cry. In fact, one day the mom was like, "Why you lala loy joy?" The child said that, "Mandama ganyu fi." On the whole, the child fell down and then has an injury. But it started disturbing her so much. So that was the time that they went to the hospital. When they went to the hospital, the doctor was like, "Eh, you people, don't you realize that this was very serious in your child?" She was like, so they admitted them for almost 1 week. So hadn't been that you were so vigilant to your child, every day when you close from work, you will come and check every part of the body of your child. Mariama, are you okay? Oumie, today you're very, you're very lazy and all. What is happening to you? Then the child can able to voice out, Mandi akli momadal. While by the time I will start even saying something, you start shouting at her. Imagine you goes to work from morning till night. Obviously, if you come back from home, in fact, before the child will ask for you, you should come and ask for the child. And I do. Hope everything is okay. Have you eaten? Have you do this or that? So that you can able to know. It's not a matter of you're trying to train your child how to lie. That is not the case. Because we have to also know the way of parenting and how to upbringing our children. This is something that we have to talk about next week in our program, to invite a parent, because it's also very important on parenting. Many people don't know how to do with parenting. These youngsters, I mean, they just got married at a very early age without even knowing the skills of parenting. So at the end of the day, no.
I think we shouldn't go there because you're not parents now. You see,
I
you're
know,
not parents.
but Oumie, we are not parents. But
so if we have to go there, maybe these people would try and tell us now. These people are crazy. Look at them saying about parenting skills.
But this is the youth Bantaba.
We're just saying what we are seeing in our community, that people will live with. We're observing these things in them.
And one day too, we will become parents. And we've been seeing scenarios, Oumie.
Yeah, we've been seeing scenarios and we've been told like parenting skills. I think one of the models we did something like that, and also children need to be listened to. We need to allow them to express what they feel. We need to give them that platform. We need to give them we need to put that self-esteem in them, so that they will be able to be confident. They'll have that confidence in them to be able to express themselves, and also teach them measures in order for them to be afraid. Not really petrifying, but we have to tell them like, don't, if you talk to a stranger, I had a woman say it, I once told my child, let her not talk to stranger, anyone that she does not know, let her not talk to the person. So one funny day, they were just going home, and then the woman was just driving, and she met a man, and she was just talking to the man, and the child was like, Mommy, I told you to say that I should not talk to a stranger. Why are you talking to a stranger? Then the thing bounced back to the mom. So this is what she has taught the child, not to talk to any stranger. So these are the kind of things that you need to tell your child. Don't talk to any stranger. If someone gives you something outside, don't take it. If someone gives you money, if someone tells you, let's go to the shop and I'll buy something for you, I'll buy juice for you, I'll buy chips for you, because Gambia here like that. Let me go and buy bread for you, let me buy chocolate for you. The child does not know who the person is, and then the child will be carried away with that, and then the person will be able to take the child so easily. And sometimes we see this in our community, and after the scenario, we'll be like, hey, what's the you don't take any measure. You don't take any measure. If you see someone doing something and you're not sure, you need to ask. You should
suspect earlier.
Yes, you should ask what is happening, or you should call people. You should call the attention of people to bring it to their attention that this is what is happening, but I'm not sure. Then you'll be able to make more inquiries to know what is happening. Because mangi deglubena scenario. They said, according to these women who sell at Serakuna market, they said there's this woman who just came to the market and she just parked her car. It's a black car, everything is dark. So you have these two boys who were selling this local plastic at the market, 5-5, So the woman called the two boys to come. When they went to her service, and she just took the two boys in the car, and she went with the boys. You understand? So the women selling, the women vendors were like, we saw this woman doing this, but we did not know. But the woman took the two boys to her house, and everyone was confused at that moment. Everyone was worried. Everyone was trying to trace these two boys, but they couldn't trace them. Just after some hours, then the woman came back with the boys, and they were surprised. When she came back with the boys, and then they were like, what did you do with these boys? And she was like, I just took them for them to help me clean my house, and then paid them each $50. Could you imagine? They were there, everything happened. That's not normal. It's common sense as a human being. You see someone just parked a car and called two boys and at the end of the day, see them again. You know, it's common sense. It should ring a bell in you that there is something that is happening. And I was like, you should even start throwing stone at that car. Because I don't think you'll be held accountable for doing that. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to protect those two boys that the woman, you don't know whether what if she had taken the boys and she never bring them back? What would have happened to them? All of them would have been held responsible for that.
Because when you go to court of law, they will tell you that you people were the eyewitness. And when you saw it, you refuse to do the action. This is, in fact, not only in the market. This is something that we've been seeing every day. Nowadays, you see robbery that you know, they will come to your house midday and take everything while your neighbors are sitting down watching and seeing. But you see sometimes also, Oumie, this robbery, I don't know what there are something that they will come up. And by the time they do all those things, you cannot even get up from where you are. So they will do everything that they are supposed to do and just went away without your knowledge. So this is something that is very serious. But let's try to able to intervene in such issues earlier, and then let's try to be very vigilant. Because when talking Monday gison nako, wala hay konyon la. Hey, Monday gison na le ñuy dem ak ñëw way xawma ne lolo. Oh, I thought that it was our uncle that was taking her to the shop. And because some bad people know what kids like. It's biscuit, it's chocolate, it's either chips, mint. So these are the type of things that they will come. Generally, and the moment they do it, they already have what they want. So we should be very careful, and parents too. We are getting into the raining season. That will be my last advice for them. That we are getting into the raining season. Let's make sure to protect our children, because there are like this bad odor or this kind of water, stagnant water that are within our society might not be helpful for them. So sometimes you see parents, when there is rainy season, they will be sleeping in the house while their children are outside saying that they are taking bath in the rain. So through that taking bath, in fact, Oumie, was it day before yesterday that I was in a car and I heard some three girls who were at the back. They were from a funeral. And that boy went to the beach side and he was having his time taking bath. And then all of a sudden, he got inside the beach and then he was nowhere to be seen. He died inside the beach, and they were like, ha, ndeysaan, léegi kay dañu war a bàyyi suñu xel, mu ngi nii dem na tey si géej bi and all those stuff. So boys too should be very careful. If you know that you cannot swim, don't bother yourself to go to the river, because you might never know what might happen to you. This is something that is so alarming, and every year it is happening in the beach side. Boys will go to the beach with their friends. You see Amadou is swimming, he can do it very well. You cannot do it, just stay outside. But if you said you're getting inside the beach, then at the end of the day you will lose your life. So these are some of the things that we need to be talking about all the time. For us, we are never going to be tired. When it comes to issues affecting children and child right protection, I and Oumie, we are going to talk about it. So lii lañ leen fi amaloon tey di wax mbokk yi ñoo seetaan rek lii nag nekk na programme boo xam ne comme niñ ko baaxoo di defee rek duñ nekk di wax si anglais bi rek, waaye tamit dañ ko nekk di ko mix, because dañ am people that are watching from the diaspora, ñu am tamit Gambian si seetaan, te am na sax suñu waajur yi nga xam ne ñu ngi seetaan live here on Gambian Talent Promotion. Kon na baax na trop suñu ñambaase si English bi, ñambaas si olof bi, ñambaas si pël bi ak joolaa bi ak mandinka bi, parce que Youth Bantaba show leen wax. Luñ fi jotoon a waxtaanee mooy xale yi nga xam ne dañ leen di jël di leen sàcca, ak tamit samba boy yu bon yi nga xam ne dañoo dugg si biir kër yi jàpp bagage si nit ñi di sàcca ba pare di leen roob. Lii nekk na loo xam ne problème la te alarme na trop, ba pare jël xale yi tamit jël leen sàcca leen yóbbu leen lu toll si ñetti weer. Loolu lañ nekk di face right now. Bu yàggu rek ñu ngi seetaan QTV gis nañ ko fa. Waajur bi nga xam ne sa doom bi sàcc nañ ko, doo lekk doo naan, looy def mooy nekk di ko xalaat, te lii dafa métti. Yéen ñi nga xam ne yéen a nekk di def lii bàyyi leen seen xel, te képp koo xam ne gis na ne ñu ngi toroxal xale yii di leen méttital, di leen jël di leen téye si biir kër ay 1 week 3 months 4 months, nañ leen dem ñu boole leen, nañ bàyyi this culture of silence. culture of silence bi sonal nañu ba nga xam ne suñ buggee fecc sax suñ problème duñ ko fecc di leen baalu àq nag si lépp loo xam ne wax nañ ko fi te méngoowul ak topic yi programme bi am di leen dox dig daje ba beneen am ajuma rek incha allah si am fukki waxtu ak juróom-ñaar ba benn waxtu ma toogal leen fi woon di Mariama Cham ak Oumie ma bàyyi Oumie moom mu tëj am waxtaan bi jërëjëf.
Jallow, Mariama, let us all be aware, let us all be alert, let us all be mindful of this kind of things. Let us not say it is not happening. He who feels it knows it, and he who knows it feels it. Let us believe that it is happening, and it might happen to us as well. And if we do this, let us be all vigilant, let us all be police officers. Let us break the culture of silence. Let us stop this Maslaha syndrome. We have enough. Our environment is not safe for children. Our society is not safe for children. We are tired of hearing such kind of thing. Stealing children, robbing children, child robbery, child stealing, child pornography. We are tired of this. Whatever name you give it, you know it to yourself. We don't want to hear this. We want an enabling environment that will protect children from all forms of abuse and exploitation. Because we believe these children are our leaders. They are leaders and they are going to be our presidents, our ministers, our directors. So if we allow these people to come in the community and do such bad behaviors to these kids, it is not going to be of our own. It is not going to be of our own interest. And this is not only happening in the Gambia. They're not just taking kids from the Gambia and exporting them to other countries or doing whatsoever they want to do with the kids. But you also have some people who are outside other countries. They travel from other countries, steal children or do child robbery or whatever thing they do there, and then bring these kids to the Gambia, and then they will put this bad name in Gambia. So we want each and every individual who's watching this program to be aware that this is happening in our community. Let us protect these children. Let us teach them safety measures, how to protect themselves. Till we come your way next week, 1,000 apologies if we say anything that it's not in line with the topic, or if we have not said something that you wanted us to point out. We are sorry for that. Till we come your way next week. And I am Oumie Jallow. Bye bye.